What's going on, guys? Beastly Gamer here. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about PlayStation 4. Now, 2014 and 2015 were phenomenal years for Sony's flagship console. About 40 million units sold within 2 years. That's unbelievable. Now, my question to you guys is this. Have we seen the best that the PlayStation 4 is going to do as far as sales? Do you think we'll have another year as good as the last two? Do you think that we're going to start seeing a slow decline? A lot of people probably think that we've seen the peak of the PlayStation 4's power as far as sales go, but I would beg to differ. The reason that I don't agree with that sentiment is we haven't really seen the year of exclusives for PlayStation 4. For the last 2-3 years, Sony's first-party developers have been working on games. They haven't really announced the games, and now we're getting ready to start seeing those games. I would guess that 2016 is the year that we start seeing the first-party exclusives and they start becoming available. So in my mind, we're going to even see a better year in 2016, and I'm not the only person to think so. I'll drop a link in the description. 2016 is going to be the PS4 and Sony's most important year yet. PlayStation 4 is already a successful console. That said, it's all but vanquished the Xbox One, set sales record upon sales record, and firmly established the PlayStation's brand dominance over the console industry. 2015 was a pretty light year as far as exclusives and that sort of thing goes. But that only goes to show how successful Sony's machine is. The Xbox brought Halo 5 to the table, and Sony still took the holiday season handily. But there's more work to be done. PlayStation is increasingly moving the center of Sony's overall business strategy, and this could be the year that Sony's strongest brand really starts to show what it's made of. From a games perspective, 2016 brings us probably the long-awaited Uncharted 4, the crown jewel of PlayStation 4's exclusive library, and sure to be one of the biggest releases of the year. We've also got No Man's Sky, the strange indie title that has managed to acquire itself a hefty dose of AAA hype. We might well get The Last Guardian and Horizon Zero Dawn after that, and Street Fighter V is in the mix as well. On top of that, we've got the fact that PS4's install-based dominance is big enough that even third-party games sell better on the console. Given how well PS4 has performed in the much lighter year, I'm predicting some very smooth sailing on that perspective. But that's all really small potatoes next to the real highlight of PlayStation 4's 2016, virtual reality. Done right, PlayStation VR could come to become a defined platform for PlayStation 4. If it's easy to overstate the potential of VR to remake the world as we know it, it's because the potential is there. Somewhere. VR is new, weird, and totally different from the consumer tech we have right now. And while some of the most utopian predictions about the world defined by VR are way off, Sony is in a pretty good position to take advantage of this early wave of excitement. While we don't know the actual price of the PlayStation VR headset, we can assume that it's going to be expensive or cheaper than the $600 Oculus Rift. Add to the fact that it runs off of a $350 PlayStation 4 rather than a $1,000 plus PC, and that there are already millions of PS4s in the wild, and we got a device poised for a little more zip out of the starting gate than the Rift or the Vive, with enough hardware chops to put it out ahead of the Samsung Gear. Most importantly for Sony, PlayStation VR could stand to be the PlayStation brand's first large-scale successful foray out of its comfort zone, expanding the company's most successful product into an entirely new, if related, market. Sony wants to keep building the company that leverages PlayStation as one of its most important brands, and that makes the potential expansion into VR a huge market. PS4 is starting 2016 in a strong position. It's hard to imagine how things could go all that wrong, but it's also easy to imagine that 2016 could be the year that Sony established itself as one of the biggest players in VR, setting itself up for years to come. It'll be fun to watch. Now, guys, I agree with this article. And it's not just because I play PlayStation more than I do my Xbox One. It just makes sense to me. There are 40 million PlayStation 4s out there. The VR is going to be a huge thing. I think it's going to be the actual... The tides are going to change when VR actually hits the market, I believe. I think everybody's going to be trying to get it on some way or the other. People are going to try to have it on their phones. People are going to try to have it at their PCs. People are going to have it on their PlayStation 4s. I think it makes a lot of sense that PlayStation VR is going to sell like hotcakes. As long as the price is reasonable, you don't have to buy anything else. You might have a pretty lame TV in your house. You might not have the best technology around, but if you got a PS4, you can technically have VR in your home. You know, get you a little move stick, you're good to go. So the VR thing, I think, is going to be a really big thing this year. I also think that their lineup of 2016, the stuff that's been announced, is really going to push PlayStation forward. PlayStation has a lot of franchises, and they have a lot of them that have not been released at all since the PlayStation 4 has been released in 2014. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in 2016. I honestly do believe that 2016 will be PS4's biggest year. And you can quote me on that. I think they're going to sell more consoles this year and more games this year. I think the PlayStation VR is going to sell amazingly. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Have we seen the best that the PS4 has to offer as far as sales go? Do you think 2014 and 2015 were the most that we're going to see? Or do you think 2016 is going to sell even more? Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to give a thumbs up, show support for the channel, and definitely subscribe. I'm the Beastly Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time.
Let it go, make my body go, make our bodies high.